Top of the day to you all. Welcome once again to online facilitation on EDU 740. Today, we shall be discussing Unit 2 of Module 1 of the course, which is Great Mathematicians and their contributions and mathematical syllabus. In Lesson 1, we discussed the history of mathematics and the early Greek mathematicians and their contributions to the development of mathematics. In this lesson, we shall be discussing the great mathematicians and their contributions to the development of mathematics and mathematical syllabus. Like I said the other time, there is a difference between Greek mathematician and great mathematicians. Today, we shall know the difference existing between them. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to enumerate the great mathematicians and their contributions to the teaching of mathematics or the development of mathematics. You should be able to explain the mathematics syllabus about the pre-primary, primary, secondary, and tertiary education level. And who are these great mathematicians and what are their contributions to the development of mathematics? The first great mathematician there is Napier. Napier was born by middle of the 16th century and published his first work in logarithm. You all know what logarithm is. The person behind the logarithm in mathematics is Napier. Napier was not a professional mathematician as such, but had interest in writing certain aspects of mathematics. His work was related to computation and trigonometry. So, if you want to say the contribution of Napier to mathematics, you're talking about logarithm and trigonometry, trigonometry ratios. Another person there is Fermat Pierre. Fermat was a lawyer by profession, but by 1629 AD, he began to make discoveries of capital importance in mathematics. He discovered many theorems in analytical geometry. Most of his works were, however, published after his death. So, the contribution of Fermat to mathematics is analytical geometry. He developed so many theorems on analytical geometry. Another great mathematician is Blaise Pascal. You all know the Pascal triangle. This is the person behind it. He invented the modern theory of probability. Pascal connected the study of probability with arithmetic and thereby formed what is known as Pascal triangle to determine the coefficient of binomial. Expansion Pascal discovered the theory of permutation and combination from the principles of probability. So the major work of Pascal to the development of mathematics is probability and the famous Pascal triangle. Then we now move on to the primary school syllabus. Before the 1960, that is before independence, mathematics was taught as arithmetic. Emphasis was on the 4 rules of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The new curriculum being used now emphasizes teaching mathematics as activities, that is, doing, writing, talking, manipulating objects, and experimenting with them. This, in essence, is saying that today's mathematics, the method you should be using as a mathematics teacher is hands-on activity. When you say hands-on activity, it means you actively involve your students in the teaching and learning mathematics They use their five senses while learning mathematics. And in such a situation, the concept learned will form a kind of mental picture in their mind. And you know, when the concept learned forms a kind of mental picture in our mind, it will be difficult, not necessarily for the children, to forget what they have learned. That thing will stick to their brain. So mathematics today, you don't need to be using the conventional lecture method to just pass instruction to the students. They may not understand what you are teaching, but by the time you actively involve them in the teaching and learning, they will surely understand the concept being taught. The goals of teaching mathematics in primary and even pre-primary school are as follows: to prepare every individual rightly for life in view of the inherent utilitarian value of mathematics. When you are talking about utilitarian value of mathematics, you are talking about the usefulness, how we make use of mathematics in our day-to-day activities. You send your son or your child to go and buy something, maybe with 500 naira or 200 naira note, go and buy something or 50 naira note. If such a child or student is not well grounded in mathematics, he or she will not know how much he or she will collect as change. So I'm just giving you that as an example, utilitarian value of mathematics, to prepare our children for that. Primary education serves as a good foundation for preparing children adequately for secondary school mathematics and other school where mathematics is needed. Of course, you know that there is no way you will teach or you will talk of any subject without the application of mathematical knowledge. So if a child is not well grounded in mathematics at the primary, pre-primary and primary level, such a child will find it difficult to even learn any subject in future. So teaching them mathematics at the primary and even primary level is to prepare them for the great task at the higher level. Junior and senior secondary school syllabus. The features of this curriculum are as follows. It is arranged horizontally and vertically. Horizontally, the curriculum states the topic, followed by the objectives. That is, what is the objective of teaching the topic? Then the contents of the topic, the activities, work materials, and lastly, remarks. Vertically, under each of the above horizontal rule are the required items. Then, under the senior secondary school syllabus, at the senior secondary school level, a curriculum has long been written called Further Mathematics to replace the additional mathematics. And at the tertiary level, such as university, polytechnics, and colleges of education, topics covered in further mathematics include differential and integral calculus, elementary statistics, probability, etc. Before we conclude this lesson, let me give you some seconds to attempt these questions. Write short notes on the life and contributions of any two of the following mathematicians: Blaise Pascal, John Napier, and Fermat Pierre. Explain the following terms: curriculum and syllabus. In this lesson, we have learned the great mathematicians and their contributions to the teaching or development of mathematics. We've also learned the contents of the primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions mathematics syllabi. Before I bid you bye, please let us take a short test. Differentiate between a primary and secondary school syllabus. Now, before the next class, I want you to reflect on the importance of mathematics and curriculum development in mathematics in Nigeria. This will prepare us for the next class. You may get the details of this in your lecture material on the institution's learning platform. Before then, do have a great day.